Was good YouTube, it's your boy Kelvin, man, back in another video. This guy right here, his name Anton Daniels. Him and Charleston White like beefing in a little situation. So we finna see his side of the story.
On some barber's page, and on that barber's page, I don't know who the guy is, but I'm guessing that he booked Charleston for an interview. It just comes up out of the blue. Yeah, I fell out with Anton or whatever, so on and so forth. So he said whatever it is that he said. I'm like, whatever, it is what it is. Then I see it brought up because people sent me the timestamps on a Say Cheese interview, and
What?
yeah, we fell out because of this and so on and so forth. And I'm like, so then it was an additional reason, and I'm just sitting there like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Because if we did fall out, because I didn't think that anything was up on that type of time, or, you know what I'm saying, it was on some any type of thing, then that's just not something that I talk about online with other people. I know where I've been with, or I've been over his mother's crib, and I met his brother and stuff, so I just don't speak on certain things. I really don't. I don't speak on certain things. And I done seen shots get thrown and stuff like that by Dewberry, and I seen Dewberry actually pop up, and he was talking about me on other things, or at least that was my translation of it. But then I just brushed it off. I'm like, nah, you know what I'm saying? He ain't mentioned my name, so it ain't even really no thing. I ain't even tripping about it because Dewberry is my guy. Charleston is my guy. Regardless of whatever it is that people think, we broke bread together, we got money together, we did all of that. And I'm gonna add a lot more context, but I'm like, nah, that can't be it. And then I see Dewberry. Somebody sent me a video of Dewberry, because if y'all know who Dewberry is, that's Charleston's right-hand guy that travel with him and stuff like that on some business type stuff. I see Dewberry, and I seen him do a whole video, like a whole 11-minute, 12-minute video on us falling out. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I don't know if this is just content. I don't know what the hell is going on. But let me add a little bit more context. First and foremost,
Okay. Break it down.
I don't have nothing bad to say about anybody that I done broke bread with in real life.
Okay.
I just don't. Don't matter what the fuck they do. It don't matter what's happening out in the streets. I just don't have anything bad to say about people like that. Because there is nothing bad to say about it. And I will say that. It's not just because he was the homie or we broke bread together. Because I just don't have anything bad to say about nobody. I don't move like that. Dewberry did admit, I will give him a lot of credit, that I do good business. I take care of people. I make sure that people live in a good space. Salute. And all of that stuff, right? But I will add a little bit of context.
Salute.
As far as the money, and then a couple little details that people are bringing up. So a lot of people like to say stuff like, well, Anton, if it ain't about the money and this and that. Let me tell you something, bro. On the real, on some real type, and I ain't never spoke on this, ever. I done took strikes on my channel.
Ooh.
Just because I wanted to release it. And Charleston was adamant that we release certain content in order to be able to get across certain points.
Wow.
I done took strikes on my channel that I've worked my entire life to build up. I've took strikes on my channel.
Damn.
There's a lot of interviews, especially during that time, because that was a time where YouTube was really, really censoring everything, especially around the Kanye West stuff and stuff like that. And I've showed y'all. I've had times where entire interviews, all of the clips was yellow, meaning that we made zero money. I made zero money off of that content, but I
ain't gonna lie, y'all. A lot of this Charleston White content I be posting get yellow marks, so I don't make no money from it. I just like watching Charleston, you feel me? But I mean, yeah. So yeah, I don't know, like it be like simple, but hey, just let y'all know.
still released it because it was good for the culture, or me and Charleston agreed that it was important that we release this type of content, regardless of what was going on, but I took the L's as a result of it.
Okay.
That's just a fact. That's the facts. There's interviews where I've spent well over $10,000 in total costs.
Dang.
Whether it was paying them, hotel rooms, flights, everything, right? I've paid a lot of money out and then I got zero return. Now, that doesn't mean that I didn't make money off of other stuff that we did. We absolutely got a bag. And I'm just going to be 100% transparent. We absolutely got bags, but I've made a lot of sacrifices. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you another thing that people are not familiar with. Me and Tony the closer had got into it. Me and Tony the closer had got into it because the one thing about me and Charleston's interview style
Who's
is
Tony
that
the
I don't
closer?
have pre-planned questions.
I don't know what that
Whatever is
is.
happening in popular culture, whatever is happening in the streets, whatever is happening as far as what it is that he said or a live that he might have went live on Instagram about, we usually just talk about it, or we just talk about it in relation to whatever is happening that's popular at the time. That's how the whole Kanye situation got up, or whatever like that.
Okay.
And then they will tell you the one thing that I always do with every single person that I interview, especially with Charleston, is the first thing that I say is, hey fam, you sure that you want to keep that in there? You sure you standing on that? And that's where the whole stand on it is. After the interview, I ask the same thing. Hey fam, you sure that's what you want to do? Like, you don't think that we should edit that part out, or you don't think we should cut out? Nah, man, drop that. I stand on it. Drop that. I stand on it. I said, okay, all right, well, cool. I mean, if that's what you want to do, you your own man, you your own brand, you know what you want to do. I'ma drop it authentically. So one of the things that he did was, you know what I'm saying? He went into a whole situation about what happened or the fallout with him and Tony the closer. I drop it. Tony is now coming.
Comment down below who Tony the closer. I'm not really, you know what I'm saying? I be trying to keep up with stuff, but you know, sometimes I ain't perfect, man. I ain't perfect.
At me because Tony is really heavy about his name, apparently, or whatever. And so now me and Tony is having a back and forth. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm going to defend my guy. Wow. I'm going to defend Charleston. And so I'm going to stand on that with him because this is my guy. I go to his crib when I'm down in Dallas. I break bread. I done kicked it with his brother and his mother, whatever. And so me and Tony going back and forth over some that I don't even have no involvement in as far as my real experience of going back and forth with Tony. Now Tony is pissed and I'm standing on it with my guy, but I'm like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do this. Like, we can money fight and all of that. Tony like, yeah, I heard you in Miami, pull up and all of that. So I'm in different cities with my family and I gotta hire people that rock with me or extra security and like that just because I'm standing on business when it comes to my guy. So it's a lot of different situations when it comes to this content that is spilled over into real life that I never talk about, I never speak about, such as the strikes on my channel. You know what I'm saying? For the content that or the stuff that was being said, which that's my responsibility because that's my channel. So I'm never gonna hold somebody else accountable. But the reason that I'm adding the context is because when it comes to this money, it was more than just money. Okay. It was more than, I ain't never, ever in my life had confrontation with people on some real type beef types, but I was willing to stand on it, especially with certain people, simply because that's my guy. Okay. So it was way deeper than that. When it comes to Dewberry, for example, and Dewberry will tell you, I would always give the game. Hey man, this is how you do this. This is how you monetize this. This is how you get the bag. When you get the money, even when it comes to this content, this is how you can split that up. This is how you can maximize your profit when it comes to your content and stuff like that. So I would be teaching them the game and I would be giving them all of the context. Okay. And even when it came to outside of YouTube, you know what I'm saying? I would be telling them and I would be showing them how to flip the money in and invest in this. And yo, fam, fuck this content. Like you can get money on content, but the real money is the assets. And so I was having conversations offline and all of that. So I wouldn't hold back information. My goal was for them, both him, Dewberry and Charleston, was to grow outside of this to where they wouldn't have to depend on it or it wouldn't be a thing. Yeah, it's great to make money in it, but we don't know what this stuff is or what it's gonna turn into in the future. Hey, flip this, get this money, do this, and so on and so forth. So absolutely it was a real friendship. Absolutely it was a real bag. I never was on no, let's just get the money type. As a matter of fact, Charleston would do an interview, and the only reason I'm even mentioning this is because this is what they said. And they would say, yeah, man, you know, I was on Live Nation or whatever like that, or I was about to go on tour with TK Kirkland or whatever. Or one of the things he said was, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to go to Houston. Okay, so let me add a little bit of context to that. We would pre-record the interview. I have editors that literally chop up the interview for YouTube. So when we edit the content, let's say that we shoot it on a Monday. 2 weeks from now, it's a possibility that I won't even start dropping clips until 2 weeks from now. So I pay for the interview or I pay for all of the expenses and we would party like a motherfucker. Like we would all be courtside. Whenever Charleston come to town, it wouldn't just be me and Charleston one time. or couple different times. You know what I'm saying? They would come in, and so we would get done doing a interview or working or some stuff like that. And Charleston like, what's up with the game, Rob?
Hey y'all, my bad. I just let y'all know, man. I just put these roaches together. So yes sir.
Like, yeah, I'm going to the game tonight, however to come up. And I'm like, yeah, I only sit courtside. But we would have 4 other people or 6 other people with us. And so I would be like, fuck that. We not, because Charleston would be like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Let's just get them in the arena, you know what I'm saying? And then we'll still sit courtside. I'm like, nah, fuck that. We not just getting in the arena. If I'm sitting on the court and you sitting on the court, everybody is gonna sit on the court.
I ain't never been courtside.
So everybody that's in the city that's with us, we all gonna be on the floor. We all down there together. And so it was no separation. It was a real brotherhood in real life. A real brotherhood in real life. But let me get back to the pre-record, right?
Okay.
So we would pre-record an interview or we would shoot a bunch of content. Okay, cool. And then I would ask him, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you sure you want to put this out? You sure? You know what I'm saying? And he would be like, hell yeah, like I stand on that. You ain't gotta edit out what I say. I stand on that. Okay, cool. So it's interviews that I have that I've never released simply because he would then call me after I edit the interview. And sometimes it was clips that was recorded, and then I would archive it on a different site, and I'll tell you all about that in a second. And I just want to give y'all the full context of what was said. I don't want to talk about anything negative. So he would say, I stand on that. All right, cool. We edited. 2 weeks later, we started dropping the clips. Soon as the clips drop, now I don't know everything about Charleston's schedule. I'm busy as fuck myself. I don't know that he about to go to Houston for another interview or he about to do.
Hey, why you posting them 2 weeks later? 2 weeks later, 2 weeks is a long time. That's 14 days, bro. Simple. You know what I'm saying? If you get some content, you gotta get it out there.
Somewhere you got a show going on in Houston. I'm not tracking Charleston. We only link up. We talk as brothers or whatever. Okay, blah blah blah, and then we link up and do whatever we do. Whether I go to his city or he come to my city. I started dropping an interview. I'll give you an example. He had got into it with Math Hoffa, right? As far as going back and forth, and I guess that Math was offended that he was talking about his kid or something like that. So I don't know the full context. But then Charleston had mentioned it, or he had talked about it, or he had explained it and broken down, not even on no negative type. He had explained it and broken down on my platform because we just authentically just have conversations based off of what was going on. Okay. It's not that I ask him any specific questions. It was just organic conversations. By the time we chop up the interview, and this is why I think that it's more of a misunderstanding than a disagreement, and this is why I don't look at it as a fallout. It was just literally a difference of opinion of how it is that we do business as far as what's going on with content. We now starting to drop the clips. He called me as soon as the clip dropped. Oh man, what the fuck you doing? What the fuck you doing, man? What's going on, man? What's going on? And I'm like, I'm sitting there with my wife. My editors and my team is starting to drop this on YouTube because I'm all about just doing the content. I'm like, man, what you talking about? Man, why you rehashing that stuff with Math, man? That's old. We can do some news. We can do some other. I'm like, what? I'm confused as fuck. Because I'm like, I thought that we stand on this. Like, I thought that we, you know what I'm saying? I paid for this, I did this or whatever. And so now I go ahead and just delete the Math part. Or I wind up just deleting the whole fucking interview because the whole interview is incendiary. The whole interview is based off of what was happening a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
But now he done made up with Math in him. And so now I'm going to just take the L. I'm going to take the L on every fucking thing. Okay, cool. So
I'm going to keep it 100. The same thing happened to Cam Newton. I forgot the girl name, but did the interview with the girl. You know what I'm saying? Then went to Club Shay Shay. You know what I'm saying? And whatever she said was different. It was something new on Club Shay Shay. You know what I'm saying? Which he didn't know she was about to do the Club Shay Shay, whatever. And out of respect, Cam Newton didn't release the interview with her, bro. Because that would have backtracked. You know what I'm saying? Even though he got his interview first. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You gotta salute Cam Newton. And Cam Newton like, shoot, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you come back, boom, let's run it back, da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? But he's saying, what I'm getting, the understanding I'm getting from Mr. Daniels is, you already said you was good with what we recorded. Now I'm posting it 2 weeks later. Now you talking about take it down. You know what I'm saying? But he said he took it down. He said he took it down. He just gonna take the L. Let's continue.
A lot of the interviews was yellow. So when you upload on YouTube, a lot of times,
Yeah,
if
that's
it's
true.
too heavy,
I ain't gonna lie. That Charleston White content be heavy. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna take the L on every fucking thing. Okay, cool. So a lot of the interviews was yellow. So when you upload on YouTube, a lot of times, if it's too heavy, it's yellow. And so we can't make no money from that. A lot of the interviews, he didn't want to drop no more because a week or two later, he done made up or he didn't apologize to the person or they back cool again. So that is out the window. So I'm like, okay. A lot of the times I would just be like, okay, cool, whatever. Drop it. It don't even matter. We brothers. It ain't even about the money. I got money. I get money. I ain't tripping off no money, right? And then another interview, we do it. We do the recording or whatever. And so what I would do, one of the things that I would do is on interviews, I didn't want interviews to live on the Anton Daniels channel. I wanted the interviews to drop on the Anton Daniels in order to get the most visibility. And then we would archive it on a completely different thing. But when we archived it, we would edit it out to where we would remove all of the cuss words and we would do all of the edits. But then my team would then edit it out. And then after a month or so, they would move it to a different platform to see if we could possibly monetize it. But it wasn't just his interview. Every interview, Lamar Odom, Brittany Renner, everything, we will move, we will archive it, we will remove it from the Anton Daniels channel, and then we will archive it on a completely different YouTube channel. And
okay. He try to flip his profit. Basically, he just try to flip the profit. That's flipping the profit. You know what I'm saying? When he editing it and chopping it down, YouTube gonna register that as a new video. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole different new video. So he just trying to build another channel with the same content. That's smart.
That way we can actually try to make money from it in the censored version because we released the uncensored version on the Anton Daniels channel and we made $0 as a result of it. So a lot of y'all don't really understand the business of this. A lot of y'all don't understand
it's business with YouTube. I ain't gonna lie.
The fact that it was a lot of that we made zero money for, but that we dropped. So then he would say, oh man, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with this person. Or, you know, I got to go over to Houston, but he over there beefing with Jay Prince. And so I'm like, at some point for me personally, as a family man, as a person that is married and all of this stuff, I'm very cautious. I got to spend an extra, you know what I'm saying, $7,000, $8,000 when I'm going to certain cities with extra security because now I'm falling out with this person. Now I'm beefing with this person, which is cool. I don't mind spending the money. But then at the same time, it starts to get a little bit dicey.
He don't mind spending $7,000, $8,000. Shit, I'm trying to get like you, Mr. Daniels.
See, because
like
the final straw for me, because I don't know, right? Because I'm not aware of your schedule and stuff like that. So then he called me one day. The final straw for me is he called me. And I'm putting my platform at this point, right? Because it's beyond business, it's beyond money. And I'm putting my platform on the line because now he kicked off of YouTube altogether. I don't know what YouTube's policies is.
What?
I don't know what, because I think his channel had got completely removed. It had already got demonetized and it started getting removed. Now I'm watching all of these other YouTubers around me, and I guess, you know, it's certain things that YouTube allow or whatever. It's certain people that I wouldn't interview, like a Rizza Islam or, you know, people like that. All around me, you know, Fresh and Fit getting demonetized, Pearl getting demonetized. I see all of this going on around me. Charleston's channel get completely removed from YouTube, right? And so I'm like, I got a decision to make. I got a decision to make to try to figure out whether or not I'ma still just go. Well, fuck it. I got enough investments outside of YouTube to where I'ma just make it work. It just is what it is. We just gonna keep on putting up the content. So I'm like, fuck it. We just gonna keep rocking. And the same day that I make the decision, and this is the honest to God truth on my daughter's life. And the same day that I make the decision, fuck it. We still gonna roll with it. We still gonna go with it. Because we brothers at the end of the day. I get a call, and my wife is sitting right next to me, and Charleston screaming on me.
Oh, shit.
Man, what your team doing, man? And I'm like, hold on. I'm like, hold on, bro.
I can imagine them
Chill
going
out.
off.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Charge the cage.
we didn't always, you know what I'm saying, had real conversation because we both men. This ain't on no YouTube. This ain't on none of that.
Okay.
Man, I told you this. I told you this. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to go through Houston. I'm like, Charleston, what the fuck? I don't know nothing about when your schedule is. I don't know what you got going on with Live Nation. I don't know what your tour schedule is. I'm like, bro, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that, man. Let's just have a regular conversation. And so, man, I'm telling you, man, this and that, and this and that, and this and that. And so I'm like, so I'm just sitting there. I'm not arguing. I'm not about to go back and forth. I'm not about to do none of that. Okay. So then he say whatever it is that he say. I said, all right, cool. All right, cool. I ain't gonna go back and forth. I'm not gonna yell. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna do none of that. At that point, when, for me, I believe that it's a lot of going on. I see everything getting fucked up all around me. I'm beefing, going back and forth with Tony the Closer.
He made a
in
decision.
My mind, unnecessarily, but necessarily because I stand for my guy or whatever. And the interview was aired on my platform as far as what Charleston was talking about, as far as him going back and forth with Tony the Closer. At that point,
you made a decision.
I sent a message to Tony the Closer. And he'll tell you. If you ask him, he will absolutely tell you.
What you say?
I sent a message to Tony the Closer. I said, hey, fam, we can talk about this like men. We can meet up in person like men. I ain't got no beef with you. I don't want no problems. None of that. I left it at that. I sent them my phone number, and I sent them the DM, and then I made phone calls to every person. It wasn't, now this was completely unrelated to Charleston. Every person that I felt like I had beef with, I just sent them a message, or I had a so forth. No business. But then at the same time, and I'm just gonna let it fly. I'm chilling. So now I'm like, okay, we'll skip it. You know what I'm saying? I'm never ever gonna say nothing negative about my brother. I don't have nothing to say about it. What he said on those platforms, on Say Cheese and stuff, is 100% true. 100% true. One thing about Charleston is that he is not lying. He do not lie. He not gonna lie on that type of. From what I've seen, everything that he said is 100% true. But that's the additional context behind it. That's the additional context. I said in my mind, man, I ain't speaking on that. I don't speak on my brother. Oh man, I ain't about to go back and forth or whatever like that. Then I see Dewberry do a whole stream on it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They will tell you, I ain't never slimed a dude out. I ain't never been about money on that type of shit. I always said, listen, man, I'm going to figure out how to make my money on the back end. I'll figure out how to monetize that. Maybe we edit it out. We edit out all of the cuss words, and we go over here. I'm going to always keep rocking with them regardless of what happened on YouTube or what happened on these platforms. And listen, congratulations to everybody that continues to do content on YouTube. And I see that it seems like everything is going well. I want that because I don't want him to not lose. I don't want him to not make money. I want him to keep getting his bag. That's why I shut the fuck up. I'm not about to tell everybody else, hey man, y'all don't do. I don't do that. I don't go behind the back. I don't contact the Danza Project. I'm not contacting Say Cheese. Hey, I'm not doing none of that.
Shout out Danza Project. Shout out Danza Project. I got the Danza Project clip I want to watch this week. I'm going to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy. Shout out Say Cheese. Sean Cotton. Sean Cotton that nigga too, bro. Simple.
I don't speak on my brother behind his back. Listen, go get your money, go do things. It seems like YouTube is back on their grizzly as far as them allowing for people to be able to do interviews and stuff like that. You not blacklisted, cool. Go and do your thing, bro. Go get your money. But I'm chilling. I'm slow motion. I'm chilling. I'm slow motion.
Slow motion.
I can't get screamed on or nothing like that. So rather than go back and forth and rather than beef, I'm chilling.
Thanks.
I'm slow motion, man. And Charleston will also tell you, I'm one of the realest ever because anytime he called me, and I don't care what it is, hey, Anton, hey, man, I want to get this person some visibility. I want to do this. I want to do that. I got a new group. He had some new people. They wound up coming to Detroit. So I would say, all right, cool. We ain't even going to talk about nothing with regard to you. We just going to let them come on a platform, and we going to let them do their thing. We going to release the content behind them in order to get them some more visibility and stuff like that. He would call me, yo, Tom, it's this guy in my hood that, or it's this guy where I'm from or whatever, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly what was going on. Hey man, it's this dude over here in my place, in my hood or whatever, that, you know, he do some great, and Charleston is really about the kids. He really about the community. He really do hold it down for the people that's in the community.
That's what's up.
Like, he is a good dude in real life. Real talk.
That's what's up,
he is a good dude. So he would call me, hey man, this guy, he need 5,000, he need 10,000. All right, Charleston, tell me where to send it. I don't even know the dude. I ain't never met the dude. He would bring the guy on the phone. We talk. All right, man. Listen, I got your back, man. Whatever you need. If you need it, do this, whatever, so on and so forth. Hey, man, tell me where to send the money. What do you need? I never
Oh,
told the
dang.
dude no, especially when he was doing great things for the community offline. So, from my perspective, and adding the context, and now again, is they say stuff, and then I'ma say stuff, and then obviously in the middle of there, it's the truth. And I think that the truth is in the gray area of the misunderstanding because it's how they interpret things, and then it's how I interpret stuff. I don't sit there and tell them all of the details of my platform. I'm not telling them, hey man, all of my is yellow. And I've showed online on live streams, I've went on my back end and showed people, hey man, all of these is yellow. I don't even make no money from these. Hey, this is where I got my warning from YouTube. This is where I got my strike from YouTube. Now I gotta wait 6 months to 2 years for certain to fall off, even for me to go back to normal.
Dang.
Like YouTube had blacklisted me for a while because of the type of content that I was putting out. And I never
Six
complained. I
months to
never
two
said
years?
nothing. I never talk about the money. I never talk about the back end.
That nigga said 2 years. Nigga, you in YouTube jail, nigga.
Because
Dang.
I get money outside of YouTube. I
YouTube
get money outside
prison.
of content creation. And that's why I tell people, and I always say, hey, listen, be careful where it is that you put your eggs, because you don't know what's going to happen with this content. It could be gone tomorrow, so make sure
Facts.
you invest in other things outside of it.
Facts.
So that's the real context.
Stack
I
your
said to
bread too.
myself, I wasn't going, because I thought that it was just going to be a mention. Okay, so you said it in one interview. All right, you said it in, you know what I'm saying? You unprovoked mentioned it in this other interview, and I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know if it's just getting it popping, content or whatever. And then I see another one, and I'm like, okay. And then Dewberry on the live, on the video say, yeah. And then, you know what I'm saying? We about to do a live together, and we gonna talk about it some more. What?
Hey that.
So, hopefully this is the only time that I ever mention anything about it. Again, I hope that they successful. I hope that they continue to do well. Ain't
That's what's
nobody
up,
trying to
man.
slow nobody down. Ain't nobody's trying to slow no money down. But at the same time, ain't nobody in the world, not one person in the world that has ever met me or known me could ever say that I ever did anybody dirty. I ain't.
Okay, okay. Mr. Daniel sound like a cool dude. It might just be a big misunderstanding. It might just be a big misunderstanding, man. Sometimes that's type of stuff. Or it might be just a disagreement. You want to do this, and Charleston wants you to do this. Simple. Um, I don't know, man. If y'all meant to be friends, then be friends. You feel me? Like, I wouldn't let no. If it's a real genuine friendship, there's not too many genuine people in this world. So if it's a way you can fix it and apologize, apologize. You feel me? If it's a real genuine friendship and you cherish that friendship. But sometimes, bro, you gotta let individuals go. You know what I'm saying? No matter who it is, no matter what the case may be. If the toxic or they being toxic to you or whatever, they just you feel like they're not good for what you trying to do. It's okay to break ties, but you still can love somebody from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Simple. Um, he didn't even bash Charleston White or nothing like that, man. So that's what's up, man. Shout out to Mr. Daniels, bro. And I think, me personally, I feel like it's a misunderstanding. I feel like it could be fixed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all grown black men, if y'all really helping each other, like, you was telling them knowledge and they was, helping you, and it's a real genuine. See, I'm more about genuine, bro. It's really like when I say it's like genuine. It's really rare, nigga. Like, yeah, to find somebody genuine is rare. Genuine means they not trying to use you. They not trying to take advantage. Whether you help them or not, they just love the relationship. They love you. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. It's genuine. You know what I'm saying? If it's something like that, man, try to fix it, bro. Simple. It's your boy Kevin, man. Comment down below how y'all feel about the situation. Um, yeah, this Mr. Daniels, bro. Simple. This Mr. Daniels right here, y'all people. I'm out. I'll link his channel in the description.